Basketball is a very perceptive sport. It requires you to know where your teammates are going to be without actually seeing them. At El Toro High School in Lake Forest, Jimmy Albright has no choice but to rely on his senses because he was born with a rare eye disease that leaves him legally blind. Jonathan Camus has his amazing story.
The El Toro Chargers are having another fantastic basketball season. They are currently ranked number 5 in the county and look like they're on their way to another league championship. Much success, considering that their starting center, Jimmy Albright, is legally blind. Jimmy was born with aniridia, an eye disease which afflicts 1 out of 60,000 newborns. Aniridia literally means without iris. It is caused when the gene responsible for eye development, the PAX6 gene, does not function correctly. The condition is caused by a genetic mutation, even though he has no family history of blindness. His parents knew something was wrong around the time Jimmy was a toddler. They took him to a doctor and anxiously awaited the results.
Hearing that initial diagnosis that your son's blind, there's no feeling that you could describe how helpless you feel, and I remember that feeling like it was yesterday. It's a hopeless and helpless feeling going through it.
They were able to better define what Jimmy could and could not see when he learned to speak.
I remember walking him early in the morning one day on the bike trail, and he said moon, and he saw the moon in the daylight sky. So I knew that he could differentiate.
Jimmy gradually started to learn how to live with his condition. He became more of an auditory learner, even learning how to multiply before he could add, and defied expectations by playing basketball. He doesn't use glasses or contacts, but his vision does affect him on the court.
I can't really read stuff that's far away, and like in the classroom, it's hard to read stuff off the board. Different gyms, the lighting affects me a little bit, but other than that, it's just like some really long passes are hard to pick up right away, but it's not that bad with basketball because the ball's big enough, and because you only have a pupil, it also makes everything very bright, and so that can easily be solved with sunglasses outside, but inside sometimes it's more difficult.
But as far as actually playing the game, his coach Todd Dixon couldn't be prouder.
One of the hardest working young men that I've ever coached in my years of coaching. He battles every single day. He could probably play the point spot for us just as far as his knowledge of the game. He knows where everybody should be on the court. He does all the dirty things. He's the hard working guy that gets the loose balls. And there's several times the balls were just loose and they end up in his hands. And he's just a gamer.
Jimmy didn't let his blindness affect the way he lives his life. He plays multiple sports and even drives, an inspiration to everyone who has this condition.
If any kid out there has the same condition that I do, just know that you can get through it and you can do things that people don't think you can do. And just keep working at what you want to do and get good at it.
Bringing you the best in California, I'm Jonathan Camus for California Life.